constantly seek validation and approval from your partners, or find yourself fighting against your partner's authority, just like you fought your father? Do you struggle with emotional dependency, craving nurturing from others, just as you craved it from your mother? If your adult relationships feel like replays of your childhood dynamics, then you are experiencing the powerful, unconscious grip of your sun and moon placements. This video is crucial because it helps you heal the source code of your emotional life. So welcome back to Karmic Keys to Difficult Relationships series. Today we're tackling the deepest wound that defines your adult happiness, the imprint of your parents, your conditioning. In Vedic Astrology, the sun represents the father, authority, and your ego, while the moon represents the mother, nurturing, and your emotional security. When these planets are afflicted, those wounds are unconsciously carried into every single intimate connection you form. That's it. Now let's explore how these planets create specific, painful relationship patterns. First, the father wound or sun affliction. An afflicted son often means there were issues with authority figures, a lack of recognition, or rigid ego battles with the father. In adult relationships, this translates to either submitting too easily to a dominant partner or aggressively challenging your partner's confidence. Two difficult things. You seek validation externally because the inner king, which is your self-authority, was damaged early on. Next is the mother wound or the moon affliction. An afflicted moon often means there were issues with emotional security, with nurturing, or feeling safe to express vulnerability. In adult relationships, this creates emotional volatility, clinginess, or a sudden defensive withdrawal. You crave emotional security from a partner because the inner nurturer was damaged, leading to perpetual emotional dependency. You can have both of these afflictions in your chart also. When these core planets are weak or afflicted by malefics, like Saturn or Rahu or Ketu, the relationship struggle is guaranteed to repeat until you consciously heal the original source. It could be very tough. You can see these wounds playing out clearly in your choice of partners. If your sun is weak, you may choose partners who are hypercritical or authority figures who constantly diminish your achievements, forcing you to fight for your inner dignity. If your moon is afflicted, say by Rahu, then you may choose partners who are emotionally erratic or unreliable, leaving you feeling anxious and never truly safe. Mirroring the instability of a mother who couldn't be fully present. Say if your moon is afflicted by Saturn, you may choose partners who are emotionally cold or even demanding or just absent. This mirrors a lack of deep, warm nurturing in your childhood. The lesson is simple. You are subconsciously using your partners to reenact and hopefully resolve the original core wound. So the next step is the most empowering. It's called healing the wound within yourself. So you no longer need the external partner to play the role of the parent. We must look at the highest virtue that each parent planet asks you to embody, to heal the past. Let's talk about sun. When we look at the sun, what is the wound? The wound is seeking external validation or constantly fighting authority. What's the solution? The solution is to cultivate self-authority, inner dignity, and humility. This means moving away from conflict and realizing your worth is intrinsic. When we look at the moon, the wound is emotional dependency, insecurity, and volatility. The solution is to develop self-nurturing, empathy, and emotional independence. This means you must become the best emotional parent to yourself that you never had, stabilizing your own inner security. This focus allows you to finally transition from reacting to your old wounds to living from your highest potential. Now we can talk about some of the other specific remedies or sadhanas that fortify the sun and the moon, thereby healing your inner emotional landscape. First, for healing the sun, which is the father wound, the ultimate practice here is cultivating humility to curb that ego. Every morning, you can offer water to the rising sun. You can do sun salutations every morning. This practice directly strengthens your confidence while dissolving your ego's need for external praise. It's going to give you good meditation also. On the practical side, you can dedicate time to self-reflect on your achievements, not seeking praise, but internally validating your own work. Be proud of yourself. Second, for the healing of the moon, the key here is nurturing. You can do moon salutations, Chandra Namaskar, or simply sit by the water or moonlight, gaze at the moon. On the practical side, you must learn to self-soothe. Whenever a partner triggers insecurity, just pause and give yourself the comfort and the kind words that you craved as a child. Finally, let's talk about an integrated service remedy. You can perform service by helping the elderly. This will help your sun. Or comforting children and women. This is your moon. This channels the energy of the wounded planet into selfless, loving action. Now let's take a moment to truly appreciate the immense transformation that you are undertaking. By doing this self-work, you're actively choosing to break the ancestral karmic cycle that has passed from generation to generation. Yeah. You're telling the universe, the drama of my childhood is over. You're saying that I'm mature enough to be my own parent. When you fortify your sun, you heal the father wound. This means you stop needing your partners to be a source of constant validation or approval or authority to rebel against. You internalize the inner king. Your worth becomes intrinsic, not extrinsic, and not dependent on others' validations. And you stand firmly in your own light without needing external confirmation. You become the healthy authority in your own life. When you fortify your moon, you heal the mother wound. This means you stop needing partners to be your constant anchor or your source of unconditional safety or your emotional caretaker. No. You establish the inner nurturer. Your emotions become stable. Your needs are met by yourself first. And you can offer love without the crippling fear of abandonment or dependency. How beautiful is that? You move from playing out old, painful scripts to creating conscious, mature relationships that are built on choice, not trauma. This is the moment you move into true emotional independence. And it's the greatest gift that you can give to your soul and to the future generations. This is the final step towards true relational freedom. So here are your assignments to begin healing the deepest core wounds. First, I want to know, tell me in the comments, what is one specific affirmation that you can give yourself today to fill the void of the father wound, which is the sun, afflicted sun, or the mother wound, which is the moon, afflicted moon? And what is one moment of vulnerability you will allow yourself to safely express to a trusted person this week? Second, let's turn this knowledge into action. Practice offering water to the sun, or sitting in quiet contemplation by water today, or doing sun salutations. And finally, share this video with anyone who needs to understand why their current relationship struggle feels exactly like their past. Knowledge is meant to be shared, and that's what I'm doing for you. So don't hoard it. Share the knowledge. Now, our journey continues next time with video number 3, the end of cycles, which is the Dasha Sandhi. This is where we will dive into why relationship turmoil often peaks when one major planetary cycle ends and another one begins. So hit the notification bell right now so you don't miss it. And if you'd like to connect with me, please click on the link in the About section. We can deep dive into your own personal chart. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button for more Vedic wisdom. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and thank yourself for watching.